Lost it all one day, no tears. Government took it all away in fears. Kids, stolen life, a mess, nothing left. But she fought back with every breath. A husband locked away for trying so hard. Brenda's heart took blow after blow. 15 years gone, but hope's a bright star. She showed the world what they didn't know. She's bringing it back, Brenda's new dawn. Living her life, singing her song. Starting over, no chains to bind. Loving it all, pure peace of mind. She's helping others rise and shine, teaching joy from a heart so kind. No looking back, just moving ahead. In her story, no tears are shed. From ashes, Brenda stands so tall. Brenda's living, showing what she can do. She's bringing it back, Brenda's new dawn. Living her life, singing her song. Starting over, no chains to bind. Loving it all, pure peace of mind.
Hello, hello. Hey, how's everybody doing? Hey. Back over Lies and John. How you guys doing? So a lot of excitement going on in the country, guys. I called my sister today and I'm like, have you seen what's going on? Like California, anything? Like, no, what's going on? I'm like, what the hell? Are you living under a rock, woman? And she says, well, I turned on the news the other day just to watch the weather, and I can tell you it, you know what? Maybe she's got a good plan there because this news will, bring your stress levels up, I think. But, I was sending out some invites to see if I could invite some more people on here to let them know that I'm doing the show. We're running a little late here. And I just wanted to say I'm going to send out an invite to Wet Plants and who else? Classic Mom. Let's find her. And and who else? How about Priscilla? That was the other one. So we get all these guys out there and let's send it off and say, come on and join us in the chat or whatever you want to do. Oh, I also got to get one more. I got to make sure I do a Florida mom because she's really got a story to tell as well. I mean, we got all the shit's hitting the fan, and here we are. We're trying to survive and do what we need to do to freaking try to cope with the reality that our children are stolen away. I mean, gosh forbid. Let me see. I would say June. There, one more invite, and then you'll have my full attention. And so that's what I've been going on. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this up and on here. That way I can also talk to you guys in the chat if I need to. How come I don't see any chats here on my thing? Whose channel am I in here? Oh, I see. I'm in Danielle's channel instead of CPS. I got to go into the other channel. CPS Breaking News to see all the chats and everything there. So let me see if I can go back in. I go to subscriptions. I'm learning to do a lot of stuff since my husband isn't around to mess with the computer like he likes to do. And I'm learning how to do this stuff on my own. So I go to subscriptions, and here I am at subscriptions, but for some reason it's not bringing up CPS. So who else is out here? Oh, there you are. Okay. See, I send you out a special invitation, Classic Mom, and just ask anybody that's in the chat. Sending it out, and okay, so maybe it's this one I want to be on. Tiff and the Punisher? No, I just don't understand it. Why I can't find and like I say, I think they mess with our stuff all the time, guys. It's just like, God forbid we get some news out. Oh, here it is. I found it finally. All right, there we go. I'm going to put this up over here in case, and I say, hello, this is Brenda. Hello. So I just got some news in from Fact Over Lies that said Israel attacked Iran. Okay. So whatever's going on in Israel, guys, if nobody kept up with that, I mean, it has everything to do with us, okay? What's going on in Israel, and it's just a sad situation that the people. My gosh, do you hear what's going on? And I don't know if everybody's going to get together for a show on the 14th, but like apparently a lot of people are going to be hitting the streets. But that's what my son is saying. It's like, Mom, what side are you on? Because I mean, even though we want to stand up for our president and be on the sides that say, hey, they're doing something called No King. It's called No King Day. That they believe that Trump is trying to act like some kind of dictator, king, or whatever. I say, go for it, because it's a freaking mess. And anybody that doesn't understand the reality of what's going on, you're going to be a bit of a bind, because the shit's in the fan, and something's got to give with the children. Okay, I can tell you that, because who's in control of this? God is in control, guys. Okay, so all this that's going on across the country, all this chaos, protests, riots, attacks on law enforcement, and then law enforcement isn't using any type of force back at them. Did you hear about this? What Ron DeSantis is doing? Oh my God, I should play it, because I did a little TikTok and put it up on YouTube as well with my bringing our baby back on YouTube. But here, you could just hear the words. You don't need to see it. Let me play that, because that's pretty interesting. Let me go to the TikTok, but that is crazy. DeSantis, I got a bunch of views on this too. Let me see. I'm just wondering which one was the one I wanted. But pretty much DeSantis is saying that the drivers, there's not going to be no problem with them running over the rioters or protesters if you feel threatened by them. So just pretty much mow them right down. And that's what DeSantis said. Finally, DeSantis has come to his senses. I don't know, because I'm telling you, when it comes to the children or my husband being locked in prison for a cartoon, he hasn't been there for us at all. Let me see if I can turn this up and see if this is the right one that I wanted to play for y'all.
But was later pardoned by by Governor Abbott.
Oh,
He was
this
sitting
is
in a car during the Black Lives Matter riots when a guy charged at him with a gun. He shot the
Well,
guy. Since it was Austin, Texas, the very liberal
this is
DA and
something.
very liberal jury pool that were selected decided to send him to prison. But fortunately, Austin is still in Texas, and the governor, although not necessarily my favorite person in the Republican Party, was reasonable enough to issue this man a pardon.
Did you see Laura Ingraham last night?
I did not. I was at a concert.
There was Ron DeSantis saying, run him over.
It's not.
Well, okay, but that was the general idea. On Fox News National, run him over if
Run him over.
you feel threatened. Look, nobody wants that to be true.
They're saying you can run over protesters. Okay. So that was, I caught the beginning of it. Okay, so this is the other one I did. Hold up. And it's comical, but I mean, it's true. They got cinder blocks, they've got hammers and rocks. They're throwing at the cops, throwing at the cop cars. They're setting on cop cars on fires. They're jumping up and down on the cops cars. I mean, when is enough, guys? I mean, here, so listen to the rest of this.
I mean, I think I know more about the law in Florida than you.
I'm just telling you what the governor said. You can hit protestors with your car
If they're rioting and
if you feel threatened.
the driver must not intentionally cause harm, and the defense applies only in civil cases, not criminal ones.
So try to make it look like you tried to miss him when you hit him, but he was just in the way.
So legal critics of the law argue the vague definition of a riot could shield drivers who act recklessly, but not necessarily.
And by the way, the states you mentioned, they already have that on the books, and they are considering the same basic law in the state of Texas and others. So this will just
Okay, so what they're saying is that you are going to be legally able to run over a protester if you feel threatened by them. Okay, and there you have it. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I've got a sixth sense of humor, but I think it's funny. I got really quickly. I got a bunch of views on it. Now I have over 1,000 on that particular one, and people are saying things like, "Oh yeah, they're." In wherever they live, they say they call them speed bumps. I think that's hilarious as hell. And hey, I'm going to take that little joke and I'm running with it. Who gave me that idea? Thank you very much. Okay. God has chosen Trump to do this. I believe so too. And amen to that. Jesus is the king, right? So yeah, what are they saying? No kings? Yeah, Jesus is the king. So are they they're who, if they're not for the one and only king, who are they for? Satan? Right? Just like that Saturday Night Live sketch they used to have. Oh yeah, you thank you, classic mom. I'm glad. All right. Anyways, yeah, we had a pretty good thing going on yesterday. But I don't think Darren's available now, where he was throwing some clips up there that some people were suggesting that we put on. I mean, Florida mom sent me some stuff, but it's kind of weird. It was a whole story about let me see. I probably should just put it up in the chat if I could do that. I probably don't know how to do that. They haven't given me the access. They need to give me the access to get this show on, because when these guys aren't available, I don't have to be like 20 minutes late. I just want to say, anybody that was worried about Danielle, she is back from the hospital. She had some stuff going on with her heart. And like I tell you, I mean, so many people, parents that have lost their children, have these heart problems. I mean, it's broken heart syndrome, guys. And literally, their actions to tear our families apart will literally destroy our lives. Okay, if you can't overcome these obstacles, I mean, you have to be strong. You have to be a strong person. And God forbid that I'm pretty much doing this here on my own. And I thought, once my kids were taken away, it couldn't get worse. And then they locked me up after I found my daughter in an abusive foster placement, where she reported SA. Obviously, my daughter's autistic, so she needs special care, like with her hygiene and stuff like that. And literally, there was a witness. I had the bus driver. You got her teacher and her neuropsychologist witness that this girl was being neglected of all her needs. And obviously, the abuse was noticeable, yet they're throwing me in prison. But I had every right, because I was looking up these when I was in Charlotte County Jail. This was back in 2019, after getting her almost to Louisiana, where my son was already approved and certified to adopt his siblings through this ICPC they do, right? But God forbid that they don't want these kids going to family, if you have a good family to go to. We have so many family members. In fact, I was just talking to my sister today. It's like, how many, such a big family, and especially a sibling that's a doctor that could care for the child with delays. And my youngest son, doesn't have any delays. But this is what they're doing. They're sending our kids off to these little appointments after they're taken out of our care, not allowing us to be at the appointments either. And then what do you have? It just have a mass breakdown of the nuclear family. Like I, continue to say this. How about ice pumps, right? Ice pumps. Yeah, you see, there you go. See, that's what we need, guys. We need some light comedy in our life, because this literally will destroy you if it's just like constant boom, boom, boom. Look at all this horror. Look at this horror. You got to be able to have some type of comedy relief, and that's what I feel is. A lot of times I like to stay away from the drama and stuff like that, because when I watch a movie, I want to see something funny. I want something that will take me away for a short amount of time. That's why it's so nice to sleep, so you can have dreams. And as long as you're not having nightmares, that's a good thing, because you pray and hope that you can dream of your kids, and or like in my case, my husband, because literally, I'm telling you, if it wasn't for my how old is he now? 34-year-old son. If it wasn't for him, I tell you, I'd be one of the statistics that they talk about, because I mean, this man has been there for me, my husband, and all of his siblings every step of the way. And so let's see what's going on here. Okay, so I sent her that. I was trying to think. This is my regular messages. Let me see if I have anything to show you up in this. Okay, she sent an attachment here. Federal employees caught in 80 million government fraud. Okay, so federal employees caught in 80 million government fraud. Okay, let's see. I don't know if there's any video to see or go to along with this, but let's see what this has to say. And goodness gracious, now where am I at with this? Okay, here it is. Okay, here it goes. Let's see. Hopefully it's loud enough, guys. Okay, here we go.
In addition to a previously charged count of mail theft. So put it another way, remember when they steal these and they sell them and they're doing this illegal business, this is like work. And work should be taxed, by Social Security using FICA taxes. So when they do this stuff, this U.S. Treasury, check theft and stuff, when they're doing basically fraud like this, they're frauding the Social Security Administration's, trust funds, because money isn't being put into them because there's no taxation of FICA taxes towards essentially what business they're doing. So it's a Social Security fraud thing that is a problem, and it's not good. All right. The superseding indictment alleges that between June 2023 and September 2024, Irby and Tucker, while working at USPS mail processing clerks, stole thousands of envelopes containing U.S. Treasury checks from mail sorting machines at the USPS Philadelphia Processing and Distribution Center. Okay, so when you're a federal employee, you obviously have access to a lot of things that potentially could be worth something. Sometimes they're an instrument, kind of like a check, where they can get a hold of them, and then they try to move them out of the building by hiding things, putting them in bags of.
Okay, so I don't know. It seems like is that a live thing because it keeps going on? But it reminded me of something when he's talking about these trusts. Okay, so like I said, since my daughter has autism, okay, when she was in our care, it was the last time she was in our care. She was 12, and we did everything we could, taking her to neurologists and taking her regularly to appointments and all this other stuff. I tried to get her on Social Security because, this is what I hear that you could do, to help care for people with disability. They can get benefits for Social Security, right? Well, no luck getting that for my daughter. But once they were taken on April 4th of 2016, all of a sudden, before you know it, while she was still in foster care, the foster lady was raking in Social Security on her. And the only reason I found this out is because of my discoveries in Charlotte County, because originally our case was in Dixie County, Florida, where the children were taken. That's the place where my husband was running for sheriff. And all this stuff started happening. They tried to set up this whole scenario that were some really horrible people. But in any case, I'm looking through these discoveries for my Charlotte County cases in 2019, and I see all these monies that are being made. And now I have, because of those discoveries, I have the names of the people that were keeping track of this trust. And this lady was making money not only for fostering, she was making money for fostering 2 kids, adopting one of them. My daughter, she didn't adopt, as far as I know. God forbid she's adopted somewhere. That is what I've been told. But and getting Social Security for both these kids, because the other girl that she adopted had horrible delays. I think she had to use some type of walker to get around. So this is the type of situations that these people, like I say, in my daughter's case, it was a Haitian family. My son was put with a black family out in Lake City. Why I have a problem with that is that my son is white. Okay, there's a higher population of where he was staying that were black, and he was being picked on. He was being punched on the bus. He was homeschooled when he was with us. All of a sudden, you're tearing him away from his family, then throwing him on the public school bus to say, here you go. You got to fend for yourself now. He is 10 years old. He was 10 years old. Okay, very vulnerable and all this stuff. And in Lake City, all I can say is the gangs. I think, Facto Relies, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's one of the worst place for gangs in the country is Lake City, Florida. Okay, Wet Plants is up in here as well. Let me go. I got to throw my mouse over here a little bit closer. Oh yeah, guys. I had 2 video visits with my husband today, so that's exciting. It's nice to see his face since he doesn't have his tablet. Oh, if you guys know that whole story, I think I might have talked about it yesterday, but he got 3 screws in his hip. He fractured his hip over there in Bay Correctional Facility. It's a prison. He's in there because he made a cartoon. Unfortunately, even though he was sentenced for this crime of written and electronic threat to kill. They didn't prove the elements of the crime. This is the same county in Dixie, the Third Circuit, that had kidnapped my kids. The same judge that was on our case for a whole year and then recuses herself because some God reason that somebody, what I was told by the judicial assistant, the reason she recused herself after a year was because somebody was trying to sway her decision on the case. Well, who was that? Do you think that was? Because my husband was running for sheriff. Could have been Dewey Hatcher and his cronies of criminals over there. Okay. Okay. How? Okay. Darren and Brenda, can you play those two videos? It is more history on ICE history, ex-Muslims, discover life, worshiping Baal, Christ all over. That's the thing today. Since Darren's not in the back room and nobody was available, that's why my show ended up running late. These guys have stuff going on. But if the show happens tonight, I definitely will give Darren that message, and we could play that on the later show this evening. Arab world destroys Asla. What is it? Allah and Baal, Christ. Oh, wow. That's crazy. Hey, Wet Plants, how's it going? How's your plants doing? I swear to God, that lady was supposed to, like, she seen me on a marketplace or whatever. I'm trying to sell some of my stuff, plants and, and other stuff, and acts like she's going to come out and buy some plants from me. I wasted my whole day, moved my plants around so this lady come pick out some plants, and then she 2 hours later she cancels. I'm like, oh my God. What a waste. And then she said she's asking for the same kind of plants that Wet Plants is saying that she's got going on over there. Well, there you go. But in any case, what else do I got going on? Let me see. I want to go back and look at some of this stuff, but everybody's Gunner's not feeling too well. Danielle, she's okay. She's back from the hospital. She's got something going on with her heart. She's probably going to have an operation on her heart. And that's what I'm trying to tell her, y'all. I preach this all the time. Eat healthy, okay? Keep yourself strong. Exercise, which I haven't been doing any of these. I haven't been listening to my own advice at all. And I'm disappointed in myself. I've got back on track today. I can tell you, though, I went on a walk. And when I went to the store, all I bought was mostly vegetables and a little bit of fruit. Because you got to be careful with the fruit. It's got the high sugar content, even though it's natural. But this is what I want to do. I want to read this off to you that I was sending out earlier. Let me see. Oh my gosh, yeah, that was interesting. Oh, wait, Kimberly? Wonder where I sent that at. Maybe it was through Messenger. It was a nice little thing. It tells you about things that causes stress and things that reduces stress. Let me see if I can figure out where I had it. I thought it was a nice little thing. Now let me see if I can go back and find it. That would be great. That would be fabulous. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. No, I can't find it. Would you believe it? Jeez Louise. Let me check one more place, guys. So apparently these riots are spreading and spreading. Okay, so you got Texas, Chicago, New York, you got Georgia. Apparently, they're all got big plans for Florida, especially with Ron DeSantis saying, go ahead and mow them down. I'm sorry, I just can't get over that. That Ron DeSantis always gets me excited one way or the other. I mean, because he's signing bill after bill, And thank God, I swear to you, I would have had a coronary myself if Trump would have put him into that administration. I swear to God. I swear to God, that man, um, he's delusional at times. I mean, he's a Republican, yes, but I'm telling you, it's not. Sometimes it doesn't matter what party you're at. I mean, yeah, one fail after the other is noticeable, especially when your name is on top of those papers that I have from the Department of Children and Families, and you're sitting in there not doing a damn thing about these children being taken away from their biological families for no rhyme or reason. I mean, I homeschooled all my kids. My three oldest graduated top of their class and are all medical doctors. Okay. In fact, my daughter has an MD and an MD PhD. But in any case, I mean, we successfully raised these kids. Okay, I don't see anybody coming out of foster care or that's been adopted out that has a success rate that I have, and probably many of you, as wonderful and loving parents. But this is the society that's being created, and you can see the civil unrest on the streets. I mean, I'm taking it back to, hey, I blame it all on CPS. I'm blaming it all on the destruction of the families. I don't care what race. We're all part of the human race, and people need to get it together if they're going to go up in an uproar against our president of the United States that has done everything to try to straighten out this mess that this has become. And hopefully, we're next on the list. All of us families that had been destroyed through CPS and these rogue judges that think because it's not the CPS workers that are signing off these orders to keep their children away from family, right? It's the judges, these dependency judges, and this is the big problem, guys. And besides the fact that these some of these hospitals and these clinics and stuff like that, some of these counselors, any job that they have, the ones that when you're going through your case plan and you're subject to go to these counselors, you're subject to go to these, even if it's a psychologist, even if they do have a degree, okay? The only job they're getting is through Department of Children and Families, period. End of sentence. And I'm sure it's the same for everyone. And that was one good point. Did I leave that light on back there? Because it kind of gives a glare. I guess we're good. It's not bothering me if it's not bothering you. But in any case, let's get caught up here. Wet plants are growing like weeds, really. They, as you call it, a squaffarium, is blooming. Well, see, I didn't even know about any of these plants, but I'll tell you, I'm waiting for somebody to send me some seeds or whatever. And I will say, you know what I'm thinking? You guys give me your address, and I'm going to clip a bunch of herbs for you, and I'll send them off because I mean, so many healing qualities to these herbs, and we have to look at keeping ourselves, like I say, healthy. Garlic, that's always a healthy thing. I've got sage growing. I've got bee balm. That's good to put in your tea. Good for, I think, indigestion and stuff like that. Antitoxin. What else do I got growing? Now I just recently got some oregano, so I'm excited about that. And I tell you, my sage plant is doing great. And my daughter's name is Sage, so it was kind of weird because so many times I got these sage plants and they would just, that'd be it. They wouldn't make it. They wouldn't make it. But now I've got a successful sage plant. So hopefully that means some good news coming in my future with my daughter. And the butterflies. I've been seeing butterflies flying around as well. I'm trying to think of what else I got growing, but I do have, and it seems to be the rosemary. These things grow great. Put them in the ground. I'm telling you, years from now, you're gonna have a huge bush, a wonderful aroma of rosemary. I've got one planted out front. I've got one planted out back. I got some little strawberry growing, but I think throughout the years they will do better. I mean, they had a few little strawberries at the beginning of spring, I think it was. And I do have a blackberry plant that's doing very well. I kept that in a pot because I'm telling you, the red ants over here in Louisiana, they're just unbelievable. I mean, and today I went in my shed and I got stung by a wasp. Sure enough, I'm like, I'm shouting out and everything else. There ain't nobody around. My neighbors probably heard me, but I was like, "This is my shed," and the freaking. I haven't gone in there for a while, haven't straightened it out, and these wasps have apparently took over. So I was trying to clean out a couple things, and all of a sudden, bang! I'm stung. It kind of took me out there for a minute. Okay, okay. I will, John, definitely I will. Regarding everyone saying how it is like from the devil. You're right. You're right about that, John. Yeah, and that was some good information that you brought to us on yesterday's show as well. Last DCF visit today. 18 days till final court date. Then I quit playing defense and work on my offensive game. Okay, so so what do you mean by last DC a DFCF visit? Did they come to your house? Did a home study? Did you go there? I know, hey, and that's why I was wondering, Wet Plants, how did that go for you going down to the FBI? Wet Plants was messaging me earlier. I thought Danielle relayed to me that they're going to do an investigation. Is that true, Wet Plants? Emergency alert. Canada gets called up to war by NATO. Pack your bags, right? Gay. Oy vey. I'm with the Jews on this one. Oy vey. Hey Brenda, how are you doing? Hey. So see, people are getting my invites to let them know. I'm just trying to, don't feel pressured, guys. I just like when my show starts, right before it starts, boom, I'm going to send that invite out because it'll be like today when you don't know I'm 20 minutes coming on. I don't want you guys sitting around waiting for the show to start when, nobody's there to put it on. I packed them all up today, just not make it to town. Oh, okay, so Factory Elijah is going to be sending me some dandelion seeds, and I believe it or not, over here in Louisiana, I live kind of north. I live kind of southern Louisiana. We're close to Lafayette, but I'm telling you, there's no dandelions that grow around here. The strangest thing. I've never lived anywhere that never seen no damn dandelions. In fact, I lived north of here, and we had dandelions. Banana trees already 20 feet tall, 25 feet tall. See, and that's what I ended up selling my banana plant, my banana tree. Blah, blah. That lady got a deal, I can tell you that. I needed the money, she wanted the tree. Goodbye. And I swear to God, on the next road over here, these people, they have like a ditch where that extra water is going to, keep the drainage going. In that ditch right along, they have like 6, maybe 8 banana trees. And I've watched these things get huge, simply huge. I've been listening a little bit. Your garden sounds fabulous. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Sharon. Yeah, well, see, like the one I got into the ground, I can tell you, I'm trying to do these red onions again. I'm telling you, I haven't had much success with the onion thing. Anything that grows underground, I haven't had much success with over here in Louisiana. I know we used to have some wild garlic growing and had plenty of that when we lived north of here. It actually came with a house that we bought. They had it right in the ground. And every year, the garlic grows huge and comes back. Um, but the other garden I have into the ground in the backyard is asparagus. So we got plenty and plenty of asparagus. I'm telling you. I'd say I don't know how many times a year I'm getting asparagus out of this garden. And then the ferns, if you just cut down those ferns like at certain times of year, you cut the ferns, put them in your house, put them in a little put them in a big vase or something like that. It's supposed to clean your air in your house. So I'm all about some clean air up in here, because God forbid if I ever get around to vacuuming, I'm breathing in all kinds of dust in this house. Oh, so it was a home visit. Would like to hear more about what plans going to the FBI. She was here in the beginning, but I don't see her still. Hey, Lewis, how's it going? I knew I was right about your name. The other day we verified that information. It is Lewis. I used to have a friend, Lewis, when I was in elementary school. That's why I know how to spell Lewis. And my son now has a friend named Louise, and I know it's spelled differently. Any case, yeah, I really like to know, because when I approached the FBI on this problem of my children being stolen and and everything that led up to my children being stolen, okay, which by the way was a false fusion exchange bulletin. And this is what I was going to the FBI about, saying, well, even before the kids were taken, hey, this is going to cause some problems if this bulletin here is saying that we're anti-law enforcement and anti-government, which doesn't even make sense, because I mean, we govern ourselves. We are the government. And since my husband has a law enforcement background, none of this made sense to me at all. I mean, we were anti-police brutality. And do they have a problem with us reporting on the police brutality going on across the country? I don't know. That's what I'm wondering, is like the clashes that are going on in the street right now. I mean, who is the good guys and bad guys? Sometimes it's hard to tell, you know. And like they say, especially when these guys are coming up with unmarked cars and picking people up, we actually don't really know what's going on. I mean, we're just like hope that these are the good guys that are getting rid of the bad guys, because that's what we need, more of that. Definitely need more. Did anybody see that senator, that Democrat senator that had to be pulled out of Homeland Security? It was some type of briefing, and he started shouting out about something. They dragged his butt out of there quick. Anyways, what else should we talk about, guys? Did I have anything? Oh, look at this. Okay, this is what I want to show y'all. I remember where I got this, but I used to have a whole bunch of them. The one I have left is kind of a little tattered. But yeah, I used to give them out. I don't know. I went to this place. I think it was the food pantry that I used to go to in Florida, and it has a little thing of the Constitution. So I think maybe I should keep this in my car or something like that, or keep it wherever I go. So let's see. The learning about learning from the founders. Okay. So the power. Okay, this is George Washington. The power under the Constitution will always be in the people. It is entrusted for certain defined purposes and for a certain limited period to representatives of their own choosing, and whenever it is executed contrary to their interests or not agreeable to their wishes, their servants can undoubtedly will be recalled. Okay? So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with what we've been doing, guys, is just voicing our grievances about our children being what do you call it, kidnapped, taken, gone missing in action. Some of y'all know where your kids are, but you don't have control over that situation. You feel like somehow you're enslaved to go through this case plan. You have to follow the rules. You have to listen to what the judge is telling you to do. But even though this is like a situation that has, in so many cases, gone so horribly wrong. June 10th, 2025, FBI bust had Illinois. Is that Illinois? Press make 25,000 pills an hour? Wow, that's so they were making it all. They were making a lot of problems for not only whoever ingested those, right? Okay, so Thomas Jefferson, here's what it says about the founders here. He says, on every question of construction, let us carry ourselves back to the time when the Constitution was adopted, recollected the spirit and manifested in debates and are, instead of trying of what meaning, wait a minute, this is a little faded, debates, and instead of trying what meaning they may be squeezed out of the text or invented against it, confirm to the probable one in which it was passed. Okay, so now this is something that I believe it was in the Federal newspaper. The essays by Alexander Hamilton, John Jay, and James Madison. If the angels were to govern men, neither eternal nor internal controls on the government would be necessary. In framing a government which is to be administered by men over men, the great difficulty lies in this. You must first enable the government to control the governed, and in the next place, oblige it to control itself. Okay, anybody's got any words on that? So what else is happening? 550 pounds of drugs, fentanyl, coke, and meth. That's crazy. See what's happening, guys? All this, and it's killing people. It's destroying our youth as well. I mean, what happens when these kids are thrown into these foster placements and they're not being properly cared for? They turn to drugs, they turn to prostitution. They have no idea where their place is as in life because everything they've known is torn away from them. I mean, some kids are taken as babies as well, and it's completely disgusting. Is these even if your child is a baby when they're taken away from you, they are able to sense that that familia bond, and nothing can take that away from you. Your kids are love you unconditionally, no matter what. Okay, no matter what anybody's trying to say, no matter how much they try to manipulate your children, if they're old enough to be manipulated, you have brought this life into this world, and nobody's going to break that bond. That is yours and yours alone. 6 months in, no allegations, no case plan, yet it will end in 18 days. How can that even be possible? Yes. Okay, so they didn't even give you a case plan, is what you're telling me. So is that when you're saying it will end, and you're going to get the kids back? Is this correct? Classic mommy, I'm in the same boat. My closure is July 15th, but I just found tampering on one of our court audio files. I'm going to have my lawyer file a motion to investigate it. Ah, I see. Okay. Well, good. Good. I'm glad you guys are on top of this, and that's what I'm saying. Is like I wish I was more educated when this happened to me. I was like, going in there with blindfolded or blind peaky blinders, whatever you say, because I had the only thing I could think is I figured do what they're saying, and I'm gonna get my kids back. The fastest way to get my kids back, they said, is not to go to trial and to do the case plan. And I was going to get my kids back pretty easily. But that, of course, when they take them initially, they don't intend on returning your children in a lot of cases. But there are more and more people that are within the CPS system that are going to turn things around when you have these whistleblowers coming out that don't want to be part of this bull crap that's harming children. I went to the FBI to turn in my courthouse for altering my audio files. I'm also trying to get in with our local news investigator, and I have the audio file to take a digital analysis to go over. I have in Florida, I swear to God, I've contacted every news, every paper, everything I could imagine. Never got anybody to do a story. Now, when we were in Maine, years before we moved to Florida, okay? This was in 2012. And we were pulled over on the roadside. This is when we first found out that we had this threat tag on us, because it alerts the officers that we're some type of danger to them. Even though, we never committed a crime in our life, somehow we're a danger because they don't like my husband's entertainment on YouTube, okay? Which it really has nothing to do with them. I mean, it's our freedom of speech under entertainment. Am I right? But I don't even know where I was going with this. I'm getting too excited about it, guys. Blah, blah, blah. I'm going to be the next person that goes down with the damn heart thing. Oh, Lord. So forgive me for saying that. I am not shocked, but I am disturbed and sorry the world is so awful. I'm praying for you. Exactly. Thank you, Classic Mom. And yeah, and thank you for being there for Wet Plants as well. They took out the judge saying something rather incriminating that we need for our suit when we close. And that's what I'm thinking, guys. My husband in this criminal case that he has now, like I say, this is the same judge to get him in this position. Again, because they don't like his entertainment. What do I say? Change the damn channel, okay? Nobody's twisting your arm. Nobody's sending it to you, for one thing. So, why are you stalking us? That is the question. And why is nobody giving a rat's ass when I'm reporting it? It's so obvious in our case. It's just like beyond bizarro world that Trump or somebody wouldn't jump on this stuff. But how are you going to get that stuff to Trump? How are you going to get it to somebody that is completely honest? I mean, you're going to have to kill yourself on social media to try to get some attention to what's going on, because that seems like it's the only way to communicate nowadays. Throughout the years, I was always using the phone. I was the one that would call with with our nonprofit, with our advisories of how to make this country a better place, how to reduce violence across the country. And God forbid, this is where it's got me, guys. This is where it's got me. A home in a huge house all by myself, okay? And with a chicken that's also traumatized. I swear to God, my hen is traumatized. And oh, God forbid, that little chicken I got the other day. Who knows if this is going to be a good thing or not. Let me see. They took out the judge. Okay. While at the courtroom, I got to find out how to change an officer with trespassing as well. Oh, charge an officer with trespassing as well. I feel accomplished today. Well, good job. Because, they did, you might as well put it on them because they turned it around. And that's what they did before they took my kids in Florida, okay? They put 2 trespass orders on us, okay? I had no idea what it meant. One was from the local newspaper, was throwing all these stories in about us that was very bizarre. Believe me, one day we'll go through that. How would you guys like to go through the stories of that crap that we had to endure, where they're putting in the newspaper, oh, they have case with DCF and blah blah blah. I mean, and then all of a sudden my preacher doesn't want anything to do with us because they think we're some horrible people. It's ridiculous. But yeah, one for that, and then one for the county attorney's office. And we never had a problem with any of those places. My husband never even walked into any of those places. And so the sheriff department comes over and says, okay, you're being trespassed for this place. And then another time you're being trespassed. I'm like, okay, so are you serving me some papers? What's going on? Oh, no, this is a verbal trespass. And I'm saying, so how long will this last? Apparently forever. That's oh my god, I'm gonna have to release the video I did over by that county attorney's office like all these years later. Okay, so that was all in 2016. All that stuff, the county attorney took our car to, was responsible for helping these judges destroy our life, and then he ends up in prison in 2022, and then this Dewey Hatcher, the sheriff's son, okay, well, he's not even the sheriff anymore, but the sheriff's son, that completely, Hatcher Construction, Hatcher LLC, whatever it is. Okay, what a piece of this shit over there in Cross City, Florida. Yeah, check him out, because he's also a realtor, and they're stealing the bids on these state-run programs to screw everybody up, get into their business, and then end up having your kids taken away because you qualified for some home repairs. Yeah, this is what happened to us, guys. It's freaking beyond bizarro world that we had these people in our house, and then all of a sudden, about a year after that, after they started destroying our home for one thing, and yeah, all of a sudden, okay, like, guess what? These kids are ours. Goodbye. It's like unbelievable. In the very freaking house, that beautiful 2-story house, I'm tell you, I found out some weird shit going on over there in the last year. At first, it's completely. They put all brand new windows in this in 2015. All right. All brand new windows, 2-story house, complete back deck. They put new toilets. They put new bathtubs. I'm telling you, it was unbelievable. Okay, all the stuff was going on, even though they'd use the cheapest materials they could find to do it, and the guys that were hired on to do it, like the plumbers, weren't actually plumbers. They weren't licensed plumbers, and I'm after all this stuff happening, so I'm looking up the names of these people. Here they're on the Dixie County jail log, that they're convicted offenders for like meth and all this other stuff. And this is who I got in my house. Ugh, yoy. Around my kids even. And then they wanted to tell me I'm not caring for my kids when I do everything for my children. And so everything I said that they did in my house, putting my children in the hard way. Oh, it's already that time. All right. All right. Boy, I had a lot to say today. Okay. They sent me this bitch officer trespassed in our home. Here, let me see. See if I can throw this up there. I'm gonna turn mine way down. Hold on. See if I can turn it. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. This is what you got going on. Coming to Wet Plant Store. All right. What do you got going on in here, ma'am? Growing some plants? Is that a problem? Right? Good Lord. Okay. So sorry, Brenda. Yeah, we'll get through it, guys. We all got things going on. We all got it. We can get through this. Like I say, try to stay positive. Keep yourself healthy, active. Okay? You gotta be great, strong for the fight. You gotta be there for your children. Okay? You gotta show them all the fighting. all of the things you do for them in order to get them back into your custody, okay? Because they're in it to win it, guys. Remember, the chief wants to do it. Selling exactly. Alright, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Hopefully there'll be a show that y'all can join in on later. Like I say, this was Darren said, John. Thanks for coming in, and you have a great evening. Stay blessed, and I say believe in the power of prayer, guys. Keeping it real.